Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies, where last episode we continued our investigation of the crime scene, finding bullet holes, bullets, and more. With Clonco, the guide robot, taking us to the museum, we learned a little bit more before we returned to Fulbright and found Cyclops on his person when finding more information from him. Now he has got doubts about Prosecutor Blackwell, so let's hear what he has to say. Why has Prosecutor Blackwell been allowed to prosecute despite being a convicted felon? Well, talking to you folks about it would definitely be breaking the rules. Never mind that. What are rules but things to be broken, right, Athena? And justifies the means and all that. Well, to tell you the truth, having a prisoner act as a prosecutor is highly irregular. Well, yeah. I think we guessed that much. So why is it being allowed? I've been wondering and wondering about. So you weren't told why either, huh? No, I guess the order came from pretty high up the ladder. Yeah, it would have to have. But Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. The hunt I've been on for the phantom of 7 years past continues, even still. 7 years past? A phantom, huh? And not one of the friendly variety either, I gather. No Caspers. Haunted for 7 years. This phantom of 7 years past, any idea who or what he was talking about? Not a clue. But he seems to think that this phantom is behind this whole incident somehow. Wait a minute. He thinks they may be connected to this case. Yup, this case has way too many similarities to what happened 7 years ago. For starters, that case happened right here at this very space center too. And in both incidents, a threat was issued via telephone. So that's why Prosecutor Blackwell thinks this incident is the work of the Phantom. Well, that's not the entire reason. I mean, if you want to talk about 7 years ago, that's when Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty of murder. That messy case is what started the whole dark age of the law. To see how this Phantom and Prosecutor Blackwell's conviction might be related. Yeah, I can see why you'd think that. This incident and the Phantom, not to mention Blackwell's past. It's almost inconceivable that they would come to a head here. This might sound crazy, but Prosecutor Blackwell can't possibly believe Mr. Starbuck is this Phantom person, right? I mean, he was acting kind of strange during the last trial and all.
The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence.
Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet.
Ah! Ah!
No, I doubt he thinks Mr. Starbuck is his Phantom, but I do get the feeling that he thinks the defendant has ties to them, which is why he's acting so impatient. He's got a personal grudge against Mr. Starbuck, and that's not real justice. I've always trusted in Prosecutor Blackwell's judgment until now, but this time, I'm just so overwrought about it all, and he's lost his ability to think rationally. I'm afraid it might lead to a false conviction. I've never seen Detective Fulbright so tormented. This must be why he's been so cooperative. Don't worry, that's exactly what we defense lawyers are working to prevent. I feel bad for Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm going to be rooting for your team this time. But don't tell him that. You have to promise me, won't you? Or you won't even. Detective Fulbright, I guess I was wrong about you. I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. You are the only ones who can stop him in court. You really care and want what's best for Prosecutor Blackwell, don't you, Detective? Leave the courtroom to us. It's not like we want a guilty verdict either. I was hoping you would say that. I'm really grateful to the two of you. To show my thanks, I'll give you another bit of information. It's about the eyewitness. I saw her hanging around the Space Center entrance a little while ago. Really? Then let's go find him, Mr. Wright.
Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. In justice we trust. On three. 1, 2, 3. In justice we trust. Okay, later. Ha ha ha.
There he goes. Wait, were we supposed to say in justice we trust back there too? Let's go see that witness now. Alright, the Space Center entrance it is. And so we get moved straight over there to meet the eyewitness. The witness must be around here somewhere. What, the robot? Hello, hello. Uh-oh, don't tell me the witness is a robot. Hello, come over here. Hello, hello. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you... I am Clonco. Clonco. Shall I guide you? Guide you? I don't know why, but this robot is kind of freaking me out. Hey, you're not supposed to be wandering around here. Who are you? Again? I've had it with you, hunk of junk. What the? Karate chop to robot head must hurt your arm. Gap. I'm outside. Am I wondering, when did that happen? Okay, welcome back, hunk of junk. You don't know how close you came. If you didn't snap out of it, I was going to put you on the curb on trash day. Nothing works better than a 42.5 degree karate chop. Ah, for fixing technology. Perfect. That's pretty specific. Well, you know, these machines, they need their perfect angles. Excuse me, but are you the one who witnessed the murder? Oh, and I'm Phoenix Wright, the lead attorney for this case. How do you do? Big shot lawyers, huh? I'm Aura Blackquill. Not gonna just butt in and go, Blackwell? What, Phoenix? I'm a researcher developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center. Blackwell? Could she be? And this good-for-nothing robot is named Hunk of Junk. My name isn't Hunk of Junk, my name is Clonco. That's me, Miss Aura. Quit complaining, your model number is Ponko 2. Gah, but Miss Aura, everyone calls me Clonco. Quit your squawking already. Ah, get out of his brain. Her brain, its brain. No, what are you doing? What? No, don't. What? This seems cruel. There. I bet you won't be talking back now. Yeah, I will obey completely. Yikes! I'm gonna watch what wires I cross with this one. Well, she goes into my brain. Okay, hello, eyewitness, who seems to have a shared name with someone very specific. Your last name is Blackwell. Do you have a relative in the legal profession? You are correct. Simon Blackwell, who used to be a prosecutor, is 45 degrees. Shut up. I only speak when I order you to speak. Simon is my little brother. You know him? Yeah, we met him in court a few times. Right, Athena? What a dull creature. Has the switch been turned off? Athena being shy? Is this new? Oh yeah, I heard he was prosecuting again, despite being a prisoner. Why didn't he just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison, right? Hey, what do you think, hunk of junk? Ah, Miss Aura, that hurts! I'm asking you a question. Why don't you answer me, you hunk of junk? But Miss Aura, you told me to only speak when you ordered me to speak. I told you to never talk back to me. You're worth more as scrap. Robot abuse, hawk attacks. Blackwell family life must sure be interesting. Well, do you have any other questions? Wait, of course you do. You're a lawyer. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything. I just want to get this over with. Okay then, you're the witness? So, you're the person who witnessed the incident. That's right. I was on the 4th floor of the main building, in the robotics lab. The explosion disabled the elevators, so I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. But it was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladders in the other rooms? It must have been a very troubling experience. Probably best to just humor her here. Then, as I passed by the 3rd floor boarding lounge 1 window on my way down, I saw the crime as it happened. And that's about it. So you saw the crime as it happened, and that's about it. I see. Wait, what? You saw it being committed? There's no time to just nod and repeat. So you saw into the 3rd floor lounge. The very scene of the crime. That's right. There's a small window on the right-hand side of the room. I looked through that from the outside. The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure holding a lighter in their left hand. And a knife in their right. That must have been the culprit. Do you see who that person was? Of course not. The power was out on that floor then, and there was only that tiny window. I see. But you did witness the moment of the murder? Yes. I saw the figure with the lighter raise their knife, and it happened at precisely 10 AM. Did you witness anything else? Did the killer have any distinguishing features? I already told you, it was pitch black in there. Although, I did notice that the lighter the person had in their left hand had a pretty ornament on it. It looked like a planet. It was blue, like a little Earth emblem. They had good taste in knickknacks anyway. An Earth emblem on the lighter. I better remember that. So Aura's statement has been added to the court record. The perp had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it in their left hand and a knife in their right. Thank you for your statement. We'll definitely prove Mr. Starbuck's innocence with it. Ha ha ha! Yeah, right. I won't hold my breath. Pardon me? Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Sorry. I just detest lawyers. That's all. What don't you like about lawyers? It's just an instinctive dislike. But don't feel bad. I hate prosecutors even more. As a new track enters the frame. That didn't make me feel any better, actually. So why do you hate lawyers? Why do you hate lawyers so much? Little thing from my past. The whole legal system is meaningless in the first place. I certainly don't agree. I mean, people are imperfect. They lie, they're influenced by silly emotions. You can't expect such imperfect creatures to uphold a reasonable system of law. I like robots much better. Even sad sacks like this one. Hey you! Look alive there! Yes, here I go! I am the ultimate robot with amazing processing speed and I can operate in vacuum and extreme heat and high pressure. We robots for the world. Now it's the time of the horizon to resolve that. Alright, that's enough out of you. You're getting a little too carried away. Huh? What was I doing? Yep, I like robots much better. At least you can make them any way you want them. Unlike humans with their petty emotions and constant worries. How can you say such things? Feeling emotions, worrying about the things we care about. That's what makes us human. Well, the girl finally talks and she starts with a speech. That's what makes us human. You mean getting angry and snorting like that? Rational thought. That's what separates humans from animals. Unfortunately, your reasoning capabilities are more akin to that of a clever little monkey. Well, that's nothing to be ashamed of. It must be nice to have such a simple mind. Can I punch you, boss? Get a hold of yourself, Athena. Humans certainly are absurd. I said you were clever, didn't I? Poor thing. Tell me, with people like you in charge, how can I possibly trust the legal system? So she distrusts not only lawyers and prosecutors, but the whole legal system? What in the world happened to this woman to make her so bitter? Even if somebody important to me was killed, I would never wish to see their killer brought to trial. Because I'd much rather kill them myself. You can't be serious. And that thing you're wearing around your neck? Indeed. Oh, this? Around Athena's neck? Does she mean Widget? Oh, I get it. Well, well. Her Royal Highness has returned at last to her castle. Her Royal what? Is she talking about Athena? By the way, I heard the rumours. Our director is going to be the star witness in court tomorrow, right? Director Cosmos. Yeah, that's right. You poor things. You better be careful. That old man is a big liar and a huge braggart. What? He might seem like a bigwig, but the centre has all kinds of problems. He has a lot of skeletons in his closet. But it's your problem, so why should I care? What? That's it? No friendly tips? No good luck, guys? Just splendid. I'll leave you to your woes. Come on, hunk of junk. It's sad to me that she doesn't believe in our legal system anymore. She must have had a very bad experience to make her feel that way. Are you alright, Athena? You seem very down. I just can't believe she said all those things! Wow, she's really upset. Has she been trying not to let it show all this time? Well, I guess it's not all that surprising. You hear about fabricated evidence and false indictments on the news all the time. You mean that whole Dark Age of the Law nonsense? I'm so sick of hearing about that. Well, all we can do is believe in what we're doing. Yeah. You're right, boss. I agree. Maybe it's time we went back to see Mr. Starbuck. Good idea. We should tell him about the bullet in Miss Blackwell's statement. Alright then. Next up, the detention center. Phoenix? Are we not going to question Athena about what Miss Blackquill meant? What she was saying? The links that we have found throughout this case of people going, do I know you? In fact, if we're to look even deeper at this point in time, there were a lot of fingerprints on that fingerprint list that shouldn't necessarily be on there. And if we're talking to everyone related to a case, why isn't mine on there? Phoenix Wright's. Well, let's leave it for now, seeming Phoenix just wants to brush it past. And head back to the detention center, shall we? It's the intrigue I'm interested in. My lawyers are here. It must be bad news. Instead, we return to a sighing guy. Hey, not necessarily. We found a new witness. A researcher saw the moment of the murder through the lounge window during her escape. Really? So they're gonna let me go? Unfortunately, it was dark and she couldn't identify the person. I should have known. My stars never align just right, too. But we got a lead too, Mr. Starbuck. The murderer had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it. A lighter with an Earth emblem? Oh! Did you remember something? Yep, I sure did. Just a little bit, though. Anything at all would be help, so please tell us what you remembered. Right, the lighter. I thought I was unconscious the whole time. But now I remember I woke up for a few brief moments. That's huge. Do you remember seeing anything? A lighter. I saw the flame of a lighter floating in the darkness. Good, good. What else did you see? What was nearby? It was definitely the boarding lounge, so it must have been after Clay carried me there. In the light from the flame, I saw a dark shadow flickering. A dark shadow? That must have been the third party we've been looking for. Thank you, Mr. Starbuck. You've been more help than you know. He has? If we can prove there was this third person at the scene, and that they're the real killer, then you'll be cleared of all suspicion. The key will be whether or not we can identify this third person in court tomorrow. At least we have something to go on now, and that's a big plus. I should probably tidy the evidence up a bit before someone mistakes me for a hoarder. Okay, so some irrelevant evidence has now left the court record. Now that we have a glimmer of hope, I'm suddenly starving.
Why don't we go back to the office and treat ourselves to a big celebration in advance? Someone who's highly empathetic, you can be surprisingly unsympathetic. And so we move back to the Wright Anything Agency. That's all the investigation we need to do, is it now? So you found your strategy for tomorrow's trial, huh? Good for you, Daddy. Well, it's one step forward anyway. Hopefully it'll give us a fighting chance in court. As long as we can find out who this third person is. Now let's get something to eat. I'm starving. My vote is for Eldon's noodles. Oh, Apollo. Is this now? What are you doing here? I didn't think the clinic was ready to release you yet. My wounds are fine, and I'm done lying around. Apollo, you're supposed to be in bed. Leave the case to us. We'll take it from here. Thanks, but that's not an option. Not for me. Apollo. Right, Apollo, something to talk about. Let's talk about your injuries. You shouldn't underestimate your injuries, Apollo, and I don't want you overdoing it. I'm fine. I'm not in pain anymore. Besides, they just gave me an IV at the clinic. An IV isn't a cure-all, mummy man. Anyway, just tell me how the case is going. Have you guys made any progress? A suspicious figure was spotted at the scene. We think they must be the real killer. A suspicious figure, huh? Right. I thought you'd be happier than that. Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm happy. And I fully intend to see Clay's murderer apprehended. Absolutely nothing will get in the way of that. Okay, Clay Terran. Clay was your best friend, right, Apollo? That's right. Best friends since junior high. Sounds like me and Junie. So what was Clay like? Well, he was full of compassion and energy. And he had a really loud voice. If the two of you did voice training together now, I bet you'd break a few windows. Haha, you know, I bet you're right. It seems like only yesterday. Clay was the guy who lived for his dreams. We used to talk about it a lot. He was going to be an astronaut, and me a lawyer. We talked well into the night, and even then, we never grew tired of it. Apollo, about that jacket. Oh, it's Clay's. I knew it. It's a special jacket that was only issued to members of the Hat Project. He was finally able to get one of his own once he was selected for the Hat 2 mission. He always looked so proud wearing it. But just when his dream was finally coming true, I still can't believe it. Damn it! It's not fair! Apollo, we don't try to carry the burden all alone. I guess we were both unlucky. My own debut was a disaster. I guess you're right on some level. That trial a year and a half ago wasn't exactly the smoothest of starts. That was a rough time for me, but Clay refused to let me quit. You're fine, he'd say. Don't give up. It was right during his screening exams too. I couldn't have become a full-fledged lawyer without him. That "you're fine" of his is why I'm still standing here today. You're fine. Ah. So we got "I'm fine" as a statement. You're fine, and I'm fine were like your catchphrases, weren't they? Something like that. Sure brings back memories. When we were in junior high, Clay's mum passed away in an accident. But he wouldn't show his sadness to anyone. One night, I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard. Mum. Mum. Get away, Apollo. Don't come over here. Clay, listen to me. I don't have a mother either. Huh?
I always think everybody else has a mum. Why am I the only one? But, you know, when I start to feel that way, I yell at the top of my lungs. I holler, I'm fine! And then, you know what? I start to feel like maybe I really will be fine.
Apollo Justice is fine!
Okay, Clay. Now it's your turn.
Okay. Clay Terran is fine.
There you go. Now we're both fine.
We're fine! We're fine!
What are you laughing about? See? We're fine.
You laugh first. I'm fine. You're fine. We're both fine.
Thanks, Apollo. When you say it out loud, it really starts to feel real. And as long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed. As long as you don't give up. Wasn't there somebody else who said something similar?
If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight.
Clay called Mr. Starbuck his mentor and looked up to him. I wonder if I can be a good role model for my staff, like Mr. Starbuck. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'll be taking a leave of absence. What? Wait, what do you mean by a leave? You're really serious? Can you at least give me a reason why? When I put Clay's jacket on, I swore to him that I would catch his killer myself. But that's our goal too! I agree with Athena. We should work together to find the truth. The truth, huh? That's a noble cause. But what if the truth you seek and the truth I seek turn out to be different? I'm not sure I follow. What are you saying, Apollo? I'm going to catch the person responsible for taking my friend's life in my own way. Take good care of Mr. Starbuck for me. Now, I must be going. Goodbye. Goodbye? Did he just say goodbye? I sensed a lot of seething anger and hatred coming from him. And also, suspicion. He's not walking out on us like this. I'm going to go talk some sense into him. Hold on, Athena. Apollo can believe what he wants, but I believe he's wrong. Even if we take different paths, the truth we arrive at should be the same. I think the quicker we solve this case, the better it will be for Apollo. Yeah, you're right, boss. Alright, that's enough for one day. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow's trial, okay? If he were here right now, Apollo would say, I'm fine. Everything is fine. I just hope things really do turn out fine tomorrow. And so, as our investigation comes to an end, we move into the courtroom. And next time on Phoenix Wright, Dual Destinies, with suspicion towards the Phoenix Wright camp. What is Apollo Justice's truth going to turn out to be? We meet the center. Find the same truth or not? We'll find out in the future, I'm sure. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.